tonight, the latest on breaking news you saw first on WPRI.com. New details emerge in a local salmonella scare. Tonight, the Rhode Island Department of Health is investigating the death of a local man in his 80s.
But tonight, it's not clear if his death can be linked to a salmonella scare at a local bakery. Now, here's what we know. The victim died at a local hospital on March 23rd.
He tested positive for salmonella, but it's not clear if that is what caused his death. As of right now, we've learned 38 people have gotten sick, and a Johnston bakery has been shut down since Friday due to concerns about tainted pastries. Those baked goods were also sold at several bakeries and festivals in Rhode Island.
Our live in-depth coverage continues with Eyewitness News reporter Susan Hogan. She's live at the Rhode Island Department of Health with more on just how large this health issue has become.
Well, right now, of course, all of the focus is on DeFusco's bakery, but the problem is this particular bakery in Johnston distributed a lot of its baked goods to 19 other retailers statewide, and where those retailers then sold the goods, well, let's just say the list could be long. DeFusco's bakery in Johnston closed temporarily. This location used to not only sell baked goods, also it's where they were made before being distributed statewide.
But we continue to look at this because the challenge is that this was not just one location where they sold baked goods in one store at one address. They sold to other places who then in turn sold to other places. So it blossoms.
What we know now, the largest cluster of illnesses came from a nursing home where the Zapelas were brought in from DeFusco's in Johnston. A big worry for the health department as the elderly are oftentimes at higher risk for salmonella poisoning. Another worry, those of you with uneaten baked goods from DeFusco's stored now in your freezer.
So people could have bought some things and put them in their freezer. So we want to make sure and tell people, take a look in your freezer. If you've got any hanging around on your counters, in your freezer, in your refrigerator, throw them out.
And unfortunately, the health department says the worst of this salmonella outbreak may be far from over.
Your job isn't done. Do you expect more cases? How long can this go on for before?
We don't know for sure, but right now we anticipate that we'll continue to see new reports of illness through at least the end of the week.
Now, to explain why the end of the week, now with salmonella, between the time you eat a contaminated product to the time the symptoms develop, could be any time between 24 to 72 hours. Reporting live with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, I'm Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.
The Rhode Island Department of Health has set up a hotline that you can call for information regarding the salmonella scare. That number's right there on your screen, 401-222-8022. Be sure to stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the salmonella scare. Coming up new at 6, our in-depth team coverage continues. We'll have the latest information from the Rhode Island Department of Health and hear from one local woman whose husband is recovering after eating one of those tainted Zapelas. We've also posted all the important information you need to know on our website, WPRI.com, including the signs and symptoms of salmonella poisoning, as well as the places where the affected pastries were sold.